viruses, sicknesses, tears from our relatives' eyes. Or, on the other hand, we can unite spiritually, globally, and bring healing to Mother Earth.
The fire of consciousness has been handed down through all of our ancestors, all the way back to the primordial fire.
This has been going on for a long time. We've been building to this point for thousands of years. And what's happening is we're going through a dimensional shift in consciousness itself. The very fabric of consciousness is going through a high-speed change.
We are about to see, about to witness, about to be a part of, we're on the cusp of humanity leaping to the next thing.
So that there's this technological support behind a spiritual unfoldment which has been going on for thousands of years.
There's a new world being birthed right in the middle of the old one that we're living in, and it's pushing out, and the old world's pushing back in, and we feel this tension, and we see that characterized by all the various systems going through a tremendous amount of turmoil and breaking down, whether that's finance or education or healthcare or government.
As we come closer to this time of this very enormous change, that the earth itself begins to change, that we see an uptick in volcanic activity, in tornadoes, in tsunamis, in extreme weather.
A lot of people having this experience of waking up and realizing, wow, you know, things need to change and they need to change for the better. And can we come together around that?
The prophecies never say that it will happen. They say that we, the people, must make it happen. It's up to you. It's up to you. It's up to all of us to make that happen.
So the shift is unfolding this emerging new consciousness. We are changing as human beings. Our thoughts, our feelings, our values, our actions, our reactions, how we see ourselves and how we see each other is all changing very, very quickly, and it's headed in the right direction.
It's a moment we all need to step up and do everything that we can and step up into our full power and our full vision for how we want the world to be.
Through self-responsibility, taking action to heal and uplift oneself, that is an immediate factor in having more global unity.
All of the different prophecies from all of the different ethnic regions, all of the different societies, seem to be culminating around this time.
She said, no, I would return someday when the people are having a hard time. I would stand upon the earth as a white buffalo calf. Black nose, black eyes, black hooves. And the people said, oh, watch day.
Everything that ascends must converge.
Put it up for some brothers coming up from the roots of this wonderful sacred land. Indigenous. Ashkan omniwa, miak pakilis itesnin tonali yalquik pewa, kiminiko, nintlatoli non cualigetes non moiti, non mognitzi, wautlatahtuansi, non mechontahpaloa, y kamiak pakilis no yon, que minini, Chiwit Yankwik, Chalchiwit Bewa, Quetzalcoatl, Anawa, Kevin, Impalmenowani, Tlokenawake. Somebody, you understand people. Sokamakimia, Inchalchiwitl Quetzal, Ashka, Ontatos, Hueyisihuatzi, Pehuatlanesi, Caninchipahuiltli, Yancuictona, La Sokamakimia, Mutlatulisihuatzi.
Hi everybody, my name is Maribel. I'm just an attendant here. I actually met him last night just out on the street, and he was sharing his message with me. He is Nahual wisdom keeper. He was telling me all about his message, and he wanted to see about sharing it in here. So I went and asked the organizers to see if he could have the opportunity, if they could have the opportunity to share the message, and they gave them the space right now. So he just shared it in Nahuatl. So now he's going to share the message in Spanish, and then I'm going to translate into English.
En la esencia. Hermanos, hermanas, saludo a todos los que hoy están en este lugar florido, sagrado, por su conducto a todo el mundo. Venimos de Tecuancan a entregar un pensamiento, un mensaje que nos fue dado. Sabemos que hoy la humanidad está preocupada por el inminente cambio de ciclo. Algunos han querido decir que viene un periodo de destrucción. Nosotros, mediante el mensaje y la simbología que nos fue dada, les compartimos. El cambio de ciclo se refiere al conocimiento de un periodo de preparación que tiene que ver con una ecuación que sintetiza la manera de conocer el ciclo que marcaron nuestros hermanos mayas, que es C igual a T por SB. Comparado con el análisis científico de estudios de carbono 14, que cifran el fin de este ciclo en 5.200 años, les compartimos que esta información concuerda solo como inicio de un ciclo de preparación de 200 años en los que la humanidad llegará a un nivel de desarrollo máximo, en concordancia con nuestro planeta, con el interior del ser humano y con la integración del universo. Este periodo de preparación nos lleva al fin de la consumación del periodo mercantilista que a todo pone precio, que compra y vende, y en algunos casos hasta la conciencia del ser humano. En este agradecer, el pueblo náhuatl entrega esta palabra como el fuego nuevo del sexto sol. En este sentido, se hace la invitación a los pueblos del mundo en su respetable conciencia evolutiva, en su caminar, para que estén con nosotros en el pueblo de origen del maíz primigenio. Ahí les será entregada toda la simbología de esta palabra. Esto es en Coscatlán, Puebla, México, el día 21 de marzo del 2013, año Tecpac, es decir, de palabra universal. Agradezco infinitamente al universo que hayan escuchado nuestra palabra. Chichen Itza, Yucatán, México, 21 de diciembre de 2012. El pueblo náhuatl, guardián de la palabra. Tlazolcamatl, Chalchihuitzin, Quetzali. Hermanos, por ahí les van a pasar unas copias, no tenemos para todos, pero esperamos que las compartan con los demás. Y un comercial, se nos acabó la gasolina, si alguien nos puede apoyar para el regreso. Le agradecemos mucho.
Okay, so here is in English. Brothers, sisters, greetings to all that are here in this flowering sacred place for your behavior towards the world. We come from Tecuancan to bring a thought, a message that was given to us. We know that today humanity is worried for the imminent change of the cycles. Some have wanted to say that it's a period of destruction, but we through this message and the symbology that was given to us, would like to share with you. The change of the cycle refers to the knowledge of a period of preparation that has to do with an equation that synthesizes the way of knowledge of the cycle that was marked by our Mayan brothers, which is C equals T times SV. Compared with the scientific analysis of carbon-14 that date to the end of the cycle 5,200 years ago, we want to share with you this information, which concurs as a beginning of a cycle of preparation of 200 years, in which humanity will get to a maximum development level in accordance with our planet, with the interior of the human being, and with the integration of the universe. This period of preparation has taken us to the end of consumerism and consuming, to the end of the period of markets, which puts a price on everything that buys and sells, in some cases even the human consciousness. And it is in this gratitude that the Nahuatl Pueblo brings this word from the fire of the new sixth sun. In this way, we make the invitation to you, to the pueblos, to the villages of the world, in their own evolutionary consciousness, in their own way of walking, that you be with us in our village, in our place of origin, in the primordial place of the corn, where there it will be given all the symbology of this word. This is in Coxcatlan, Puebla, Mexico, on the 21st of March, 2013. Year of Tecpal, meaning the universal word. We are infinitely grateful to the universe that you have heard our word. Chichen Itza, Yucatan, Mexico, 21 of December 2012, the Nahuatl Pueblo, guardian of the word.
Que mi son manguini no kniwa. Peguanin tlastuli, que mi no moyolo to yolo. Yolo xochit, sanguel setzi. O que tos que to tatatichiwa. Shmoyol wikaka. Shmoyol nekika. Shmoyol chikawaka. Que mi shmoyol palewika. Y tesnine milis, tlanesi, yanque Quetzalcoatl. Explain in English. Now, starting the Nahuatl time is finished the Maya, the night. The Nahuatl, the sun. My front is the codification, the center for tonal amat. I happy my heart. You are ready. 21 March 2013 year. You have the sabidury in this place for you. Thanks so much. I love you hard people, beautiful people, so much. Ometeo.
Only for the gas station the morning. I come back, I have more gas station. You have 1 piece, maybe, no problem. I didn't think I working more. I come back to home. This is the mission, the message for the Nahuatl in Maya, in some various people, with the war, universality, starting new, the change, energy. Why? Cometeo.
centro. So we have one more presenter, but a very important announcement before we have our last presentation. Last night, I was invited to the Palacio at the center of the Pueblo here in Peace Day by the mayor and the Comisario Elidad and Comisario Municipio, along with other representatives of the people here in Peace Day. As we know, from wherever we come from, whether it's the United States, Canada, Europe, South America, that the political people do not always represent or are interested in the needs, the desires, the dreams of the community. So it was a very interesting meeting, talking about many different things, about the impact of our event here in the Pueblo, about all of the positive benefits that the people, el gente del pueblo, have experienced from our presence, but also some of the other impact that we may or may not be aware of. I don't want to get too specific, and this is not the time or the place, because this is the winter solstice. This is the ending of the long count calendar and the beginning of the Ishla Baktun. And we're all here to celebrate, to collaborate, and to unify our efforts, along with all people of the world. Todo gente del mundo. This is our work. This is the sacred work. This is a sacred time. So, at the end of the meeting, we were extended an invitation to come and to join the Maya people, along with the political people, the ones who make the decisions every day here that affect all of us. So what we're asking is to have everyone to show up, to accept this invitation and opportunity to truly come together, not just here at the Hacienda Chaibe or at the Pueblo Maya campground or at the Ascendance stage, but we have been invited into the very heart of the Pueblo, which is located about 1 mile from where we're all right now. So what I'm asking and what is being asked of us is to show up. We've been asked that all of our presences, all of our hearts, all of our eyes and consciousnesses show up to represent our sacred intention. Also at this time with the people, the Maya people here in the Pueblo, it's also obviously a very sacred time. They're curious. They would like to meet us. They would like to welcome us into their community and to have an understanding. This is a very unique and rare opportunity. So I'm asking each and every one of you, including Akta, including all of the wisdom keepers that are here, all of the shamans, all of the wisdom keepers, all of the staff, all of the volunteers, all of the musicians. I am asking you to show up. Are you guys willing to show up in the center of the Pueblo tonight to represent the unity that we all are working to express and create in the world. Are you willing to show up right when we're done? We have some amazing presentations in a moment with Akta, and we'll be ending with a ceremonial dance to bring the spirit of Quetzalcoatl here to this sacred ground. Even though we're in the walls of this hacienda, we're still within the area of Chichen Itza. We're still here on the sacred ground. The temple might not be right here for us to see as we all witness today, but we stand on sacred ground at a sacred time to do a sacred work, to change first our own consciousness, to help to change our communities, and to change the world. And by doing that, we send out a resonance which will have profound effects, even beyond our intellectual understanding, that will have profound effect on the world. We've been asked to show up at 8 o'clock this evening, which is in about 30 or 40 minutes. So for those of you tuning in around the world, we're asking you to show up. Because right now, every word, every action, every thought, and every prayer is not only going out energetically, but is also being webcast all around the world. There are thousands of eyes watching us, listening to us, and witnessing the miracles that are happening. So once again, I'm asking you to fulfill this vision. Are you all willing to prioritize showing up? Are you willing to, at 8 p.m. in the center of the Pueblo, in front of Palacio, are you willing to show up? One more time. Each and every one of you who have traveled thousands of miles, many of you around the world from many countries and cultures, to be here to share in this unity at this time with the Maya. Are you willing to show up? So, with great respect, I'd like to introduce our next presenter, and this will bring us to the end of the program. And we are asked to show up at 8 p.m.
Other shuttles! What does that mean?
The Plaza Center is about literally a 5 to 10 minute walk from here. Not towards Pyramid Inn, but to the north. So I know that a lot of people are looking forward to a Sundance tonight. They've been asked not to do any activities till at least 11 p.m. So you're not going to miss anything, because they're willing to change their plan and what? Show up. That's what we're asking from all of you. So it's with great respect, I'd like to introduce our next presenter. I recently just became aware of him, and when I went and saw his YouTube video, which already had over 500,000 people who have watched it, and not just watched it, they are learning his teachings to show up and unify our hearts, our minds, and our bodies as one people. I'd like to introduce Akta.
Hola, pues de nuevo bienvenidos a esta tierra maya.
Once again, welcome to this Maya land.
Me da gusto ver gente de tantas nacionalidades, culturas y creencias.
I am very pleased to see a lot of people from different cultures, different nationalities here united.
Ustedes han venido a esta tierra a celebrar el fin de nuestro calendario.
You are here in our land to celebrate the ending of our Maya calendar
Y el inicio de un nuevo calendario.
and the beginning of a new calendar.
Un calendario basado en la conciencia, en la unidad de todos y cada uno de nosotros.
A calendar that is based on the beginning of the consciousness, unity of each one of us.
Cada uno ha expuesto sus ideas,
Each one of you have exposed its own ideas,
sus propósitos,
your purposes,
pero le han preguntado a algún maya
but have you asked a Maya
cómo se genera el cambio de conciencia.
how it's the consciousness, how does the consciousness really change?
Porque festejos han habido muchos,
Because parties have been a lot, or fiestas.
reuniones por la paz han habido miles.
Thousands of gatherings have been asking for peace.
Organizaciones por la paz y movimientos por la paz hay millones.
Organizations for peace and movements for peace are a lot of them.
Pero nos hemos dado cuenta que ninguna de ellas ha funcionado.
But we are aware that none of them have really worked.
Y hoy quiero hacerles una invitación
And I want to make an invitation
como persona maya
like a Maya people
de un linaje de más de 3,000 años de antigüedad,
with a lineage of more than 3,000 years,
a través de la cual hemos estado trabajando conciencia,
which one we have been working on consciousness,
con geometría,
with geometry,
matemáticas,
mathematics,
neurología,
neurogenal,
con todo lo que nos heredaron nuestros ancestros.
with all that our ancestors have left us.
Hoy en día tenemos en todo nuestro país conectadas 13 pirámides cuánticas
We have connected 13 pyramids all over the country
que generan mucho más energía que la pirámide que tenemos de Chichen Itza.
who are generating more energy than the one we have here at Chichen Itza.
Han estado muy cerca de ella.
You have been very close to it.
La construimos desde hace como un mes
We built it about a month ago,
y las distribuimos en todo el país
and we distribute them all over the country
y en el sur de Estados Unidos.
and in the south of the United States.
Estamos construyendo una nueva tecnología
We are building a new technology
basada en el pensamiento.
based on the thoughts.
Muchas veces festejamos,
So many times we celebrate,
pero desconocemos cómo funciona nuestro cerebro.
but we don't really know how our brain works.
Los problemas del mundo no tienen ninguna solución,
The problems of the world don't really have any solution
porque el circuito que tenemos en nuestro cerebro es el mismo.
because the circuit we have in our brain is the same.
Es el mismo donde se ha generado el problema.
It's where the problem has started.
Tenemos que cambiar el circuito de nuestro cerebro para solucionar los problemas.
We have to change the circuit on our brain to solve the problems.
Y eso hemos estado haciendo desde el mediodía.
And that's what we have been working with since noon.
Estamos creando la primera célula diferente a la humanidad actual.
We are creating the first cell different from the whole humanity.
Esta célula que nos va a llevar 24 horas construirla.
This is going to take us 24 hours to build it.
¿Cómo lo hacemos?
How do we do it?
Con matemáticas,
With mathematics,
geometría,
geometry,
astronomía,
astronomy,
física cuántica.
quantum physics.
Estamos utilizando todo este conocimiento de nuestros ancestros
We are using all the knowledge from our ancestors
para transformar el cerebro.
to transform the brain.
Si logramos mover los circuitos del cerebro,
If we manage to move the circuits around the brain,
todos los que están aquí van a poder causar un impacto en todo el mundo.
all the ones that are here are going to be able to make transformation all over the world.
Pero si no cambiamos los circuitos de nuestro cerebro,
But if we don't change the circuits on our brain,
cuando ustedes regresen a su país,
when you go back to your country,
solamente van a decir estuvo muy buena la fiesta.
you are only going to say the party was very good.
Por eso les invito
That's why I am inviting you
a trabajar con nosotros
to work with us
con un conocimiento muy antiguo.
with a very ancient knowledge.
Es un principio muy básico.
And it's very basic.
Cuando tú aprendes a comer,
When you learn how to eat,
tú solamente primero observas,
first you observe,
luego utilizas la mano,
then you use your hand,
creas el circuito en tu cerebro
you create the circuit in your brain,
y luego lo haces de manera automática.
and then you do it automatically.
Lo que estamos haciendo ahorita en la parte de atrás,
What we are working with right now
tenemos una pirámide cuántica
is that we have a quantic pyramid
en la cual hemos creado una geometría en todo el país.
in which when we have made a whole geometry around the country,
Esta pirámide está rodeada por geometrías como esta que está aquí,
and those pyramids are assembled with these geometries that we have right here in the front.
y le estamos enseñando a la gente a crear el circuito de la paz.
And we are showing the people how to create the circuit of peace.
Este circuito que estamos creando hoy aquí
This circuit that we are creating right here
es lo que los mayas estaban esperando desde hace 26,000 años,
is what the Mayas were expecting 26,000 years ago.
que viniera gente de todas las nacionalidades
That people from all over the nationalities, all over the planet,
a crear este circuito
would come and create this circuit
y después expandirlo en todo el planeta.
and then expand it all over the planet.
Y cuando llegues a tu ciudad,
And when you go back to your country,
si tú le enseñas esto a la gente,
if you show this to the people,
automáticamente vamos a ir cambiando la frecuencia muy rápido
automatically we're going to be changing the frequency of everybody.
y te vas a dar cuenta cómo hemos creado un circuito neuronal
And you're going to see how we have created a new circuit on the brain
que nos permite entender qué es la unidad,
that allow us to understand what is unity,
y eso va a generar un gran cambio en el mundo.
and that is going to generate a big change in the world.
No esperes a salir de aquí
Don't expect to go out from here
y ver un mundo diferente.
and see a different world.
Tú tienes que marcar la diferencia.
You have to make the change.
Y te invito a trabajar este principio científico
And I invite you to work with this scientific principle
que tiene más de 26,000 años de antigüedad.
that has 26,000 years of,
Entre hoy y mañana, entre hoy a las 12 del día y mañana a las 12 del día,
in between today noon and tomorrow at noon,
tenemos un impacto magnético
we have a magnetic impact,
y eso estamos aprovechando para mover las neuronas.
and that's what we are using to help move the neurons
Y crear este circuito.
and create this circuit.
Es como estar creando la primera neurona
This is who is creating the first neuronal
que se va a expandir en todo el mundo.
that is going to be expanded all over the world.
Antes lo habíamos preparado con todas las pirámides que habían de Chichen, Uxmal y todas las pirámides del mundo.
Before we created with all the pyramids that are all over the world.
Pero ya no existen.
But they don't exist anymore.
Ahora las pirámides van a ser ustedes.
Now the pyramids are going to be you.
Por eso es que yo les invito a que aprendan estos movimientos
That's why I invite you to learn these movements.
y en ese lugar que está allá atrás,
And in that place that it's right behind,
que es un lugar muy pequeño,
which is a very small place,
donde pueden trabajar un grupo de personas,
where a group of people can work,
durante 24 horas estamos cultivando esta primera conciencia.
During the first 24 hours, we are creating this new consciousness.
Es muy fácil hacerlo.
It's very simple to do it.
Nuestros ancestros nos dejaron la forma más fácil de hacer las cosas.
Our ancestor left us the most simple way to do it.
Lo único que tenemos que hacer son movimientos con el cuerpo,
All we have to do is movements with the body,
con una geometría que tenemos diseñado,
with a geometry that we have designed,
y automáticamente se van a sentir el cambio de una manera muy profunda.
and automatically you're going to feel the change.
Los movimientos son muy fáciles.
The movements are very easy.
Voy a invitar a Terry
I am going to ask Terry
para que observen este tipo de movimientos que hacemos ahí.
so you can go ahead and observe the movements that we're doing.
Tal vez algunos nos hayan visto dando vueltas por ahí,
Maybe some of you have seen us going circles there,
pero hemos estado trabajando con el cerebro.
but we have been working with the brain.
Y esto es lo que está generando un gran cambio.
And this is what is generating a big change.
A nivel neuronal le estamos enseñando a la gente cómo crear la unidad.
By changing the neurogenal structure of the brain, we are showing people how to learn unity
Para poder expandir esta nueva conciencia.
so we can expand this new consciousness.
Es muy sencillo.
It's very easy.
Crear un mundo de paz.
Create a world of peace.
No tenemos ni que protestar,
We don't even have to protest
ni que convencer a nadie.
and to convince anybody.
Necesitamos crear solamente un circuito en el cerebro.
We just need to create a circuit on the brain,
Y es algo muy sencillo.
and it's very simple.
Esta geometría la tenemos allá.
This geometry, we'll have it over there.
Les invito a que cuando regresen ustedes de estar en el centro del pueblo,
And I invite you that when you come back from being at the downtown, at
Le-
Palacio,
les invito a trabajar en esta geometría.
I invite you to work in this geometry.
Vamos a estar trabajando toda la noche,
We're going to be working all night long,
hasta el amanecer a las 12 del día concluimos.
and we finish until noon tomorrow.
Los que sientan y quieran participar en este cambio de conciencia,
Who feel the call and who want to share or participate in this new consciousness,
les invito a que nos apoyen a estar trabajando ahí atrás.
I ask you to please join us and support us by working back there.
Por cada persona que aprende estos movimientos,
For each person who learns these movements,
nuestro cuerpo tiene una parte, en nuestro cerebro tenemos un área que se llama neuronas espejo.
in our brain we have something that is
Por cada persona que aprende estos movimientos,
okay, for each person who learns this movement, we create like a mirror on our brain, in our brain.
16 personas lo hacen automáticamente.
16 people will do it automatically.
Y si las 16 lo hacen automáticamente,
And if the 16 do it automatically,
280 personas lo hacen inmediatamente.
280 persons do it at the same time.
O sea que si en el lapso de un año
So in the course of a year,
nosotros practicamos estos movimientos,
we practice these movements
todo el año 2013,
through the year of 2013.
será un año de transformación.
It would be a transformation year.
En un año todos los que estamos aquí
In a year, all of the ones who are united here,
podemos transformar al mundo
we can transform the world
de manera silenciosa,
in a silent way,
con amor,
with love,
armonía,
harmony,
y podemos lograr ese mundo de paz que siempre hemos deseado.
and we can achieve that peace, that world peace that we have
Además,
so much wanted.
si practicamos estos movimientos
And if we practice these movements,
y logramos cubrir el mundo con estos movimientos,
and we can cover the world with these movements,
en 2 años el ser humano dejaría de enfermarse.
in 2 years the human being will stop getting ill.
porque estos movimientos generan mucho magnetismo en nuestro propio cuerpo.
Because these movements generate a lot of magnetism within our body.
Y eso evita que nuestro cuerpo se enferme.
And that stops our body from getting ill.
¿Es fácil?
It's easy.
Bueno, pues les espero a que trabajen con nosotros.
So I wait for you to come and join us.
Los mayas no somos ceremoniales,
The Mayas, we are not ceremonial.
somos científicos,
We are scientists.
somos arquitectos,
We are architects.
somos matemáticos
We are mathematics.
y ponemos todo nuestro conocimiento para expandir este mundo de paz y de amor.
And we put all our consciousness to expand.
Todas las personas que vayan a practicar con nosotros en la geometría,
All the persons who come and join us in the geometry,
les vamos a enseñar estos
we are
movimientos.
going to teach you these movements.
Muchas gracias
Thank you.
y bienvenidos a México.
Well, our last group tonight. And again, we want to let people know that immediately after the dance, we want to have people go to the Pueblo Center because we're all going to. The Pueblo has offered also support with buses because they also want to come to the Ascendance and see some of our culture of what we like to do with our ceremony and our dance. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce the Cancheros with the dance of Quetzalcoatl.
such a surprise. The people just showed up. Back up and give a little more space. You're about to have an amazing treat of people who are here to offer an incredible presentation. After this, we are asking people to please head to the center of the plaza. We have the van and the Pueblo is providing transportation to the Ascendant stage, which will not even begin until 11 p.m. tonight, because we're all
Showing up.
Showing up.
He's going to be around Oh, okay. You probably tell me that.
What do you think? Maybe one more?
Muchísimas gracias. Acá, paisanos, muchas gracias. It's a beautiful and sacred moment. I have loved each and every word that I have heard. I know all of our wisdom, our personal power is here and now. I really want us all to give a big applause to Michael, because he has done not only this original production of music we just heard, but a lot of effort. Some mistakes, but the positive thing is the beauty of being able to share a dinner with 2,000 people. Wow! A big applause for him. In the fields, Silky and Amanda, around here or there. Thank you for the aerial dance. Right there, Silky from California, and Amanda desde Hidalgo. En la danza africana quiero presentar a Paola, a Sujei y a la maestra Eunice. Muchas gracias. Beautiful Mexican Afro talent. Yes. And Kundalini Yoga. She's directing a meditation sadhana tomorrow morning. On the 23rd at 4 a.m. she's going to make a sadhana.
Kundalini Yoga.
Sadhana. Both Afro dancers, a big applause for them again. Thank you very much. Also, to Pamela and Brenda, they might be around, the sisters with whom I had the honor to practice, to show you acro yoga. Did you like the acro yoga? Thank you very much. I am Elio Flores from Mexico. Maestro Ernesto, the jaguar at the beginning, with his pupils, the dancers. Did you like that show? That's wonderful. That's part of Xcaret's Day of Death. And she's Parvati. Un aplauso a Parvati! She must have the best parents that have showed her the best education. Thank you.
That's because it's his daughter. So, I want to thank all of you. I want to thank Eliu Flores, who has been working with me over the last year in this preview of this new production coming out of this 2012 birth moment called Wave Spell 13. So you all had a special preview of that tonight. I want to thank you for his artistic talent, his spiritual commitment, and his production management to help bring all of these elements together. Let's give this brother some help. So what we're asking is everybody please from here, we're going to walk towards the center of the Pueblo where there's candles lit, altars set, and an invitation from the people, from the Maya people of the Pueblo, that we've all been invited to come and to show up. So I really encourage all of you to go. This is an incredible opportunity to be in collaboration. Some of the music, some of the dance, some of the expression you saw here tonight will be continued to be shared in the Pueblo. Very important, our hosts here at Chape Hacienda have been extremely supportive of the event, and I'd like to give them a nice, loving, warm round of applause. Hacienda Chape. So very important, we'll see you back here tomorrow, 8 to 10 a.m. for breakfast, workshops, classes, more music, dance. And please, we want to try to get everybody as quickly and efficiently to the door so that we can be showing up in the plaza. And again, there will be buses from the center of town to the Ascendance Ecstatic Dance event this evening. So please show up, come and represent. There will be transportation from the Pueblo Center. Thank you all. Blessings and good night.